Here's what happened round 10 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the Monster Energy MXGP of France at Ernay. MX2 race 1, Simon Langenfeld across the foxhole shot line ahead of everybody else for his 5th black plate of the season. Kevin Horgmo, though, rounded out turn 2 as the new leader. Tom Vial was there in 3rd, and just behind them, Isaac Gifting, Jorgo Kietz, Liam Everts, and a few others, of course. As we headed uphill, Vial was there in 3rd place, but starting to carve his way through the pack. Jorgo Kietz moved into 4th with that pass on Isaac Gifting. Then a change for 2nd place as Vial went by Langenfelder. Langenfelder making a mistake on the Dragon's back. A lap later, Vial was the new leader. A mistake from Horgmo just going into that left-hander left the Kawasaki rider in 2nd position. Then he made a mistake, so too did Langenfelder. And Kietz, 2 for 1. He went from 4th to 2nd. That was on lap 6. He then had his eyes set on Vial, the leader. Stefan Rubini was charging hard as well. That move on Gifting put him into 5th place. That's where Rubini would stay. Then, as Kietz got close to Vial, he just lost the back end in this turn, lost vital seconds to the championship leader. Gifting then got caught and passed by Everts. Everts went through to 6th. That's where he would stay. Gifting would eventually finish in 9th place after making a mistake at the top of the hill. He lost a position to Harrop and Adamo, almost. But then Thibaut Beneston, who'd got left behind on the line, he was dead last. He carved his way past Adamo and Gifting to take over 8th by the time the checkered flag fell. Beneston getting that move done with 3 laps to go. Tom Vial, though, despite the close attentions of Jorgo Kietz, was victorious in race 1. Kietz 2nd, Langenfelder 3rd. MX2 race 2, this time over on the left-hand side. In pink, Tom Vial with his 6th foxhole shot of the campaign. Kietz in around about 7th or 8th place. Beneston, though, a quick starter around the outside here, went from 3rd to 2nd. And then over the Dragon's back, got fantastic drive to launch past Vial and into the lead on the opening lap. Kietz, top of the hill, went from 5th to 4th to 3rd as he surged around the outside and latched onto the rear wheel of Vial. Man down, Isaac Gifting. He would eventually come home in 11th place. Kevin Horgmo, again making vital ground. He made a move on Adamo to eventually get himself into 4th. There's Jorgo Kietz, moved into 2nd. Tom Vial wasn't expecting that. That was on lap 3. Mikkel Harrop, for the 2nd time in the race, got caught unawares by Langenfelder. Those two were fighting over 7th place, and eventually, a lap later, Harrop was out of the race. Vial then made a mistake whilst in 3rd. He lost about 15 seconds, just needed a little bit of time just to bang the clutch lever into position. But he came under attack from Kevin Horgmo, but he was able to hang on to 4th. Langenfelder, an aggressive pass 4 laps from home on Adamo to move into 5th. Adamo would come home 6th ahead of Everts. But Thibaut Beneston, who led from the 1st lap, crossed the line 17 laps later to win race 2. Jorgo Kietz, his teammate, was 2nd. Tom Vial crossed the line 3rd, and it was he who was victorious in the French Grand Prix here at Ernay. Tom Vial with a win and a 3rd, celebrated in front of the fans, even threw a pair of goggles out to the crowd as well. But Vial winning the Monster Energy MXGP of France with a 1st and a 3rd. His 40th podium, his 20th career win. Jorgo Kietz 2nd with 2 second-place finishes. Beneston on the podium for the 2nd time this year with an 8th and a 1st. Championship now, Vial extends his lead by 1 point over Kietz. The gap now 11 between 1st and 2nd. Langenfelder, Horgmo, Harrop ran out the top 5, but Horgmo leapfrogs Harrop. But a memorable day here for Tom Vial, not only winning at home, he arrived here with the red plate. He keeps it as we head to Germany, round 11.
Actually, I was a big surprise when I crashed. I was really mad on myself. And I just tried to control the race, but I didn't know I win the GP, so thanks to the all fans. It's amazing when you ride this. I'm so happy. Thank you.
It was an explosive start to MXGP Race 1. Jorge Prado from the outside gates swept across everybody. Lapucci misjudged the situation, and all of a sudden 10 big hitters went down at turn 1, including Geiser, Evans, Jonas, Renault, just to name a few. Koldenoff was in there as well as Valandra, but it was Jorge Prado who led the way on the opening lap. Jeremy Seewer into second, behind him on the number 91, and Henry Jacobi on the JM Honda in third, number 29. Geiser fighting his way back off the deck, got himself up into contention, went straight on before rectifying the situation. Coming together between Ruben Fernandez and Benoit Paturel, left the Frenchman on the floor as Ruben Fernandez moved up into 7th, and then a couple of laps later he got passed by Tim Geiser, and then he found a way past Jed Beaton as well. That pass on the Kawasaki put him into 6th place. Fernandez also went by Beaton. He eventually came home in 7th place. Jeremy Van Horbig was holding 5th until Geiser found a way around the outside. The two would change positions again later on in the race, because holding 3rd place, Henry Jacobi made a mistake. He dropped to 4th as Van Donnick went through, and then Geiser just here lost the front and the back end. He went from 5th back down to 6th. Van Horbig found his way through, and of course Geiser made it back to 5th. But a lap and a half to go. Jeremy Seewer seized this opportunity. He passed Jorge Prado to take over the lead. Prado was 2nd. Brent Van Donnick on the Riley Yamaha came home 3rd ahead of Jacobi and Geiser. But for Jeremy Seewer, his first race win this year, his first since Trentino last year, in his 12th career race victory. He was the winner in race 1. MXGP Race 2, all eyes on Prado once again. Everybody safely through this time though, but it was Prado who grabbed another black plate, his 11th foxhole shot of the campaign. Seewer was right there in 2nd, but Lapucci went by. So too did Benoit Paturel, and as Paturel nudged Seewer to the outside, Koldenoff went through. All of a sudden, Seewer was down in 5th place. Geiser, bottom left of your screen, in about 12th or 13th on the opening lap. Prado led the way though. Benoit Paturel was in 2nd. Koldenoff got himself from 4th to 3rd and then 2nd by the time he reached the first incline. Then Paturel fell from 3rd place. He would not finish the race, handing 3rd to Seewer. Fernandez was then in 4th. Koldenoff was on a charge though. Maxime Renault coming under attack from Tim Geiser. These two 1st and 2nd in the championship. A slight mistake on the exit there allowed Geiser a route through. That put him up into 5th place. He then went after Ruben Fernandez to take over 4th a couple of laps later. Then Fernandez just made this mistake. That allowed Maxime Renault to go back through, but only for about 3 laps, because Fernandez would eventually come home 5th, Renault 6th. But 6 or 7 laps from home, Glenn Koldenoff found his way into the lead. Then Geiser fell as he challenged Seewer for 3rd. He would eventually come home in 4th. Seewer had to get his elbows out to make this pass on Prado. That was 4 laps from home. That got him into 2nd. Prado was now 3rd. But again, coming back for more, Tim Geiser thought he could close in on Jorge Prado. If he made the pass, that would be Koldenoff off the podium. He was currently sitting in 3rd. But rounding out the final couple of corners, Glenn Koldenoff victorious for the first time since Latvia 2020 to win race 2. But Jeremy Seewer crossed the line to win his first Grand Prix since Trentino 3 last year, the MXGP of Garda Trentino. Jorge Prado crossed the line 3rd, Geiser 4th, Fernandez 5th. The overall Grand Prix classification then, Seewer with his 8th career victory, his 43rd podium, ahead of Prado. 2nd overall, 60 podiums now for the Spaniard, and Koldenoff 3rd with his 24th podium. Tim Geiser extends his lead from 66 to 73 in the championship. Seewer, Prado, Koldenoff rounding out the top 5. But for Tim Geiser, 3 rounds now without a podium visit. He'll be looking forward to Germany, I'm sure.
Amazing. I mean, last year it took me all the season to get to the top. Now we are halfway, so like super happy. I mean, like I said in the first moto, tough, to start from outside, but we made it happen. Some aggressive passing, but on this track, that's how it has to be done. A bit lucky there, but so stoked for an overall win, and now I hope I can keep the momentum going. Thanks, guys.